Hi, I'm Delaney. Brianna, Julia, and I worked on this presentation to teach you a bit about drug testing in the workplace, and we hope you enjoy. Employers choose to drug test employees for a multitude of reasons. Drug testing employees increases the chance that employees who show up to work will be in the right headspace to perform their role in the company. Some reasons that employers drug test employees include workplace safety. Employers want to ensure that their employees are being safe at work. The implementation of proper workplace safety practices helps keep both employees and customers safe. Employees who are under the influence of drugs are less likely to implement proper workplace safety practices. The next reason is quality. Employers want to ensure that employees' work is of the proper quality to satisfy customers. Drug testing employees helps increase the likelihood that they are performing their duties well and of proper quality. The next reason is workplace culture. Employers want to provide a good working environment for their employees. Making sure employees are happy and healthy can be vital to creating positive workplace culture. The last reason is productivity. Employers need employees to be productive while they are on the clock. Employees who are not under the influence of drugs can be more present and therefore more productive at their jobs. Some types of drug tests that employers may use include urine testing, which is the most common and inexpensive, detects for recent drug use, and can test for marijuana, cocaine, amphetamines, opiates, and PCP. Hair testing, which is more expensive but can detect longer periods of drug use, up to 90 days. Saliva testing, which detects recent drug use, which is a few hours to a day, and is becoming increasingly popular for being so quick and easy. Blood testing, which is the most expensive and can be used for specific circumstances where a precise drug level is needed. And the last test is sweat testing, which is less common, where a patch is worn and used for 1 to 2 weeks, and that one is used for long-term moderating. Different employers may choose to drug test employees at different times. Pre-employment testing is done before someone is hired to ensure that the applicant is not currently using drugs that could impact their work or their safety. This is commonly used in transportation, healthcare, and safety-critical industries. Random drug testing is used as an employee monitoring program, randomly testing employees in unscheduled intervals to keep employees honest. This is used in safety-critical industries, including construction, aviation, and manufacturing. Reasonable suspicion testing is used if it is suspected that an employee is under the influence of drugs while on the job, based on observations made by the employer. Post-accident testing is used when an employee is in an accident at work, so they can be subjected to a drug test to ensure that the drugs did not contribute to the accident. Return to duty testing occurs when an employee who is previously tested positive for drugs complete a rehab program and the employer wants to ensure that the employee is no longer using drugs before returning to work. Follow-up testing is a part of monitoring employees who have substance abuse problems, and an employer can have regular follow-ups to ensure sobriety. The testing procedures for the different times that employers can drug test that I just mentioned are all different. The procedure for pre-employment testing is employers give informed consent. A sample, usually urine, is given at an on-site clinic or at an off-site laboratory. Then the laboratory reports the results indicating whether any illegal drugs or alcohol were detected. The procedure for random drug testing is that an employee is chosen at random using a computer-generated process or another unbiased method. The employee is notified at the time of selection and is required to submit a sample immediately. The procedure for reasonable suspicion testing is that supervisors are trained to recognize signs of impairment, including slurred speech, unsteady movements, or odor of alcohol. Documentation is provided by the supervisor about the suspicious behavior. The employee is notified about the suspicious behavior and asked to submit a sample for testing. Then the employee provides a sample which is sent to a certified laboratory for analysis. The procedure for post-accident testing is that testing is typically required as soon as possible after the accident. The employee provides a sample which is sent for analysis, and results are used to determine whether drugs or alcohol played a role in the incident. The procedure for return to duty testing is that an employee is required to submit a drug test before being allowed to return to the workplace. So the employee has to provide a sample for testing, and the result must be negative for the employee to return to their job. If the test is positive, further action may be taken, such as requiring the employee to enter rehab. The procedure for follow-up testing is that an employee is subject to periodic drug tests over a specified period of time, which can range from several months to years, depending on the company's policy. Samples are collected for that employee at random intervals and tested for illegal substances or alcohol. The test results are reported and used to monitor the employee's ongoing compliance with the drug-free policy. There are laws surrounding drug testing employees at both federal and state levels. The Drug-Free Workplace Act of 1988 mandates that a federal organization who receives money from federal agencies must maintain drug-free workplaces. The Americans with Disabilities Act protects recovering drug users, but not current drug users. Each state has different laws and regulations regarding workplace drug testing. The states have different rules about when drug testing is permitted. In West Virginia, for example, the mining industry specifically has set rules about drug testing because safety is super important in that industry. Some ethical arguments arise when discussing drug testing in the workplace. Privacy, fairness, and transparency are three things to take into consideration when thinking about drug testing employees. Employers need to protect the privacy rights of their employees. Employers should implement the same policies for all employees, and employers should be open and honest about their drug testing policies. Employees' views on drug testing at work can vary depending on their own experiences, the company's rules, and the situation in which testing is done. Some employees see drug testing as an important way to keep the workplace safe, fair, and in line with the rules. However, others may feel it is an invasion of privacy, a sign that they are not trusted by the employer, or unnecessary. It's important for employers to understand these different views so they can create drug testing programs that keep the workplace safe and respect their employees' rights. Drug testing in the workplace helps ensure safety, quality, and productivity by making sure employees are fit to do their jobs without the risks of drug use. Employers must follow legal rules and balance safety with the respect for privacy, fairness, and transparency. Different types of drug tests are used in situations like pre-employment, random checks, or after accidents. However, employees have mixed feelings about drug testing. While some see it as necessary for safety, others may feel it invades their privacy or shows a lack of trust. To address this, employers should clearly communicate their policies, treat all employees equally, and create a supportive work environment. When done right, drug testing can help maintain a safe, healthy, and productive workplace for everyone. Thank you for listening to our presentation about drug testing in the workplace. We hope you enjoyed and you learned something about drug testing that you didn't know before.